Réseau ACCESS Network is a nonprofit charitable organization that has been open since 1989. It focuses on people who are at risk of and living with HIV, Hep C, and other sexually transmitted bloodborne infections, with a focus on wellness and offering support in a holistic manner to anyone who needs it. Réseau ACCESS Network is the first point of care for a lot of people in community. So in terms of harm reduction, people who use drugs in the community a lot of the time do not feel welcome or comfortable to go into a service organization, either due to stigma or shame, or the fact that maybe the organization does not offer services that are specific for people who use drugs, or maybe there are barriers for folks. Whereas in our agency, if people do not feel comfortable coming into our space, we have harm reduction outreach. So our outreach workers will go directly to people. And the beauty of that is not only are people receiving low barrier harm reduction care, but people are receiving that service from other folks with that lived and living experience in substance use. So people who really get it or are involved enough in the community that even if it's a situation they have not themselves experienced, it's something that they know about, and they're able to offer that one-on-one peer support or that one-on-one harm reduction education. Being able to access harm reduction supports here not only gets people the supplies that they need, but it gives them that connection to care and that connection to peer support. And that's as a result of our peer support program, that's a result of our harm reduction outreach workers, many of who are from the peer engagement program and are now salaried staff. So it's great, and there isn't enough services like this in the Sudbury community. As an organization that has so many different levels to it and offers so many different services as Réseau ACCESS Network does, we rely on so many different funding streams to fund the various services that we offer. And with relying on federal and provincial funding, it does make things difficult because we are not always able to offer consistency to people. And that's where a lot of struggles come in, where we receive funding for a short amount of time, and it gives us enough time to really engage with the community, start incredible work, and then sometimes that funding ends quite quickly, and it leaves that gap in community. It leaves people feeling abandoned and people feeling as though they aren't worth the support from the government. People who use services here do deserve consistency, and they deserve to have care that is funded, and ideally things that are permanently funded or long-term funded, whereas a lot of times things are very short-term, which gives us the opportunity and a great opportunity to really start something and to see what happens. But when it's successful and we don't get to continue that funding, it really, really causes harm to the community that we're doing the work with and to the organization itself. The SUEP funding allows Réseau ACCESS Network to increase its peer engagement program tenfold. It funds a manager for the program, which is myself. It funds an education and communications person, which Réseau ACCESS Network does not have without SUEP funding. It allows us to pay for a wellness navigator and a peer engagement navigator whose roles are to focus specifically on navigating people who use drugs, whether into training and work within our organization, but also to help navigate their wellness outside of this organization. There are many different avenues that Réseau ACCESS Network is able to offer people because of this funding. And without the SUEP funding, we cannot offer these services. Our peer engagement program will shrink significantly if we are to lose SUEP funding. It will leave a huge gap for people who use drugs in this community.
Réseau's supported me for about a little over a year. They've helped me in my recovery, and they also gave me a chance to take a look at my life and make really good improvements. They have really good peer programs. They have cultural programs here, which are good for me because I'm Native.
I would say about a year ago, I contracted Hep C, and I wouldn't have found out if I hadn't come here for the testing that they give for free here. And they also provided me with the medications to complete the Hep C treatment. And yeah, I was really thankful that I was welcome to come here for the testing, because otherwise I wouldn't have even known about it.
Réseau has given me so many opportunities. You know, I'm a single mom, so being able to work around my schedule, being able to meet me where I'm at, because like I said, everybody's different, has different things going on in their lives, and you know, they never judged me. I've shared some very personal things with some of the staff here, and you know, they supported me, they check in with me, they, you know, they're just, I just feel very, very grateful to have the opportunities that I've had with them, and I hope to continue them.
I've been able to see people grow. I've been able to see people set boundaries and people taking control of their health and taking control of their life. And then I've also seen on the other end where things just are very intense for people, and people do suffer a lot. And there have been folks who have come through the program who maybe haven't been successful necessarily in our peer engagement program, but they created community and they created connection. So when things did go south or things became more challenging, they had staff to turn to, and they had other peers and community to turn to. Because when the office closes at 4:30 and outreach is done at 8 p.m., it's the peers supporting peers after hours. That's what we'll lose. And it's more than just the services we offer inside while we're open. It's about the community and the support that's created outside of that, that continues. And without the funding, I'm not sure and I'm not confident that that community will be nurtured to the extent that it is now.